Welcome, my friends. This is Dharma Walks. I'm Chris, and I hope you'll walk with me today. And so begins my second morning on the North Coast Trail of the Olympic National Park. And this morning I kept hearing this particular bird call as I came around the Point of Arches. And I eventually found out it was this little bird, the black oyster catcher. And this would be a constant companion over the days to come on my hike. Man, my trail right now is on the Point of Arches. I'm hiking through here at low tide between these cliffs. Wow. Never know what you'll see in here. Starfish, all kinds of things. Yeah, the trail has some impassable headlands out here. So we gotta hike up along this rope. And this being my first morning of a full day on the National Park Coastal Trail, I really started to get a sense for the flavor of the trail. And that it's not really much of a trail at all, but literally just walking down the coastline. And the ropes over these steep headlands were really a surprise. And the varied landscape and little surprises along the way and all the glimpses of nature just started to wash over me as I, was strenuously hiking over these boulders and headlands and climbing up ropes. And it really just started to imbue me with a certain sort of magic. You guys have been hiking 3 miles over these crazy headlands, and there's countless ropes going down the cliffs to get around these big points where you can't pass the cliffs. I am beat. Woo! Aloha. Oh, this thing was gnarly. This is the gnarliest, steepest, most slippery thing. I had to go down on my butt, grasping the rope. Krishna, Krishna Radha, Krishna Radha, Kali Kali, Krishna Kali. Krishna Kali, Krishna Kali, Rama Kali Kali, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Radha, Krishna Radha, Kali Kali, Krishna Kali, Krishna Kali, Krishna Kali, Rama Kali Kali, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Radha, Krishna Radha, Kali Kali, Krishna Kali, Krishna Kali, Krishna Kali, Rama Kali Kali, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Radha, Krishna Radha, Kali Kali, Krishna Kali, Krishna Kali, Krishna Kali, Rama Kali Kali, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Radha, Krishna Radha, Kali Kali, Krishna Kali, Krishna Kali. The state of non-emergence of I is the state of being that. Without questing for that state of the non-emergence of I and attaining it, how can one accomplish one's own extinction, from which the I does not revive? Without that attainment, how is it possible to abide in one's true state, where one is that? Just as a man would dive in order to get something that had fallen into the water, so one should dive into oneself with a keen, one-pointed mind, controlling speech and breath, and find the place whence the I originates. The only inquiry leading to self-realization is seeking the source of the I with inturned mind and without uttering the word I. Meditation on I am not this, I am that may be an aid to the inquiry, but it cannot be the inquiry. If one inquires, who am I, within the mind, the individual I falls down abashed as soon as one reaches the heart, and immediately reality manifests itself spontaneously as I. Although it reveals itself as I, it is not the ego, but the perfect being, the absolute self. For him who is immersed in the bliss of the self, arising from the extinction of the ego, what remains to be accomplished? He is not aware of anything as other than the self. Who can apprehend his state? Although the scriptures proclaim, "Thou art that," it is only a sign of weakness of mind to meditate, "I am that, not this," because you are eternally that. What has to be done is to investigate what one really is and remain that. It is ridiculous to say either, "I have not realized the self," or "I have realized the self." Are there two selves? For one to be the object of the other's realization? It is a truth within the experience of everyone that there is only one self. It is due to illusion, born of ignorance, that men fail to recognize that which is always and for everybody, the inherent reality, dwelling in its natural heart center, and to abide in it. And that instead, they argue that it exists or it does not exist, that it has form or it has not form, or is non-dual or dual. To seek and abide in the reality that is always attained is the only attainment. All other attainments are such as are acquired in dreams. Can they appear real to someone who has woken up from sleep? Can they that are established in the reality and are free from Maya be deluded by them? Only if the thought, I am the body, occurs, will the meditation, I am not this, I am that, help one to abide as that. Why should we forever be thinking, I am that? Is it necessary for man to go on thinking, I am a man? Are we not always that? The contention, dualism during practice, non-dualism on attainment, is also false. While one is anxiously searching, as well as when one has found oneself, who else is one but the 10th man? As long as a man is the doer, he also reaps the fruit of his deeds. But as soon as he realizes the self through inquiry as to who is the doer, his sense of being the doer falls away, and the triple karma is ended. This is the state of eternal liberation. Only so long as one considers oneself bound, do thoughts of bondage and liberation continue. When one inquires who is bound, the self is realized, eternally attained, and eternally free. When thought of bondage comes to an end, can thought of liberation survive? If it is said that liberation is of three kinds, with form or without form, or with and without form, then let me tell you that the extinction of three forms of liberation is the only true liberation.